Warning: Josh is not an expert in any of the things he talks about. He simply uses his head and does a lot of research so you, the audience, don't have to. Keep in mind, he doesn't know everything, so take the things he says with a grain of salt. What is going on, everyone? This is Josh Said What, the podcast that'll change the world. I got a very special guest. This guy is dope as hell, and I'm linking up with him with my boy from King Haas. I have here with me BarefootJ. What's up, my boy?
Man, nothing. 10 toes down, barefoot as usual.
Yes, sir. I gotta ask too, how'd you come up with that?
Uh, man. So when I played college, I had two ACL surgeries, and you have problems after surgeries, and I always had back pains and knee problems. And a buddy of mine, he was like, "Hey, man, you should think about going barefoot." I'm like, "Nah, you tripping?" He said, "Just do your research on reflexology." So I was like, just reflexology. He's like foot reflexology. So I just did my research, and it was saying one of the things that it could help is your body alignment. And so I
Okay.
had ACL surgery, so my back problem. So I just started working out barefoot, and a buddy of mine used to hike Camelback Mountain before I did barefoot at Camelback Mountain. So he was like, "Come with me one day," and I seen him do it. And I was just sitting there like, man, this dude crazy. So I didn't even try it. I was like, man, I ain't gonna do it. So I just hiked with my shoes on. And once he got to the top, I just seen him like, dang, I can't believe he hiked it barefoot and I didn't. And it comes to that point. It's like, if he could do it, I could do it.
Yeah. I'd be
So
so concerned too with like my feet getting fucked up because like I got plantar fasciitis in one foot, so I'm always
yeah.
paranoid.
Yeah, see, the problem is too with that is, since evolution and stuff, what happens is when you walk barefoot, it actually is a cure for what you have. And people don't
Really?
know that. If you Google it, like I tell everybody, everything I say, fact check it. What it does, it helps arches, flat foot, and everything because now you're on your bare foot. And so your foot has to form because it's bare. Now it has to work. You're working the muscles. When you have shoes on, it can't work the muscles. If you don't use it, you lose
Oh.
it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, okay, that
So
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah. So it's just like when they say in school, like if you don't use it, you lose it. So your feet, you have 7,000 nerves at the bottom of your feet, bro. Like you can Google it. seven
Damn.
thousand nerves at the bottom of your feet, and you wear shoes. And when you wear shoes, you never target those nerves. So what happened is you really got a dead foot.
Oh, okay, damn, and then that's part of what kinda broke down with the reflexology that you researched on?
Yes, foot, and I'm a certified reflexologist as well too. So yeah, it's a whole different life that people don't understand. And the thing is, when you have back problems, neck problems, and things like that, they go directly to the source. But the source starts at your feet. So if your feet is tangled up, all your nerves starts from bottom of your feet, go to the top of your head, from top of your head to your feet. So if your feet is fucked up, everything in your body is going to be messed up.
Interesting. I've always known, like, the common thing where you say that the first place that you start to lose heat from is gonna be from your feet and all that, but that's
Exactly.
interesting, I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't know it, and you can't. It's hard to explain to people, but what's so crazy is you can Google all of this. You can research, like you can research it, bro. It's amazing. But back to what you was asking. So that's how I got into barefoot is from a buddy of mine, seen him, and then to help, I started working out, and then the brand barefoot itself, barefoot came about, and was I was like, I'm hiking the mountain barefoot, camelback, and everyone, when I say, man, I would hike like every day when I lived in Arizona. At least 20 people, every hike I went to would stop me and ask me what I was training for, like what mission or spiritual, just all crazy things people ask me. And I just told them was like just for my health,
Mhm.
mental health, and just to help my physical body. And so one day I was like, man, you know what? I walk barefoot. I should create a brand because everyone's coming up. That's the best advertisement is when people come to ask you. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I'm not telling people trying to say, like, hey, get barefoot, do this, do that. They're coming to ask me about it. I'm just hiking and doing what I normally do. Like, this
Yeah.
is for my mental health and everything within me. So I created the brand. I did the two red feet is because it's like a sacrifice. It's like you're making this. We all talk about sacrifice, so the red symbolizes you're sacrificing.
Hey.
And also red too. If you Google it on Google and everywhere else, it means passion, new life, understanding. So red goes in. So that's why you see the feet red, and I walk barefoot. So that's how barefoot came about. I created the logo. I called a couple people. I was like, "Hey, can you create it?" It's like, "Oh, it's going to be like $200, $300." I'm like, "Man, we have too much information for me to be paying 300 when I could create it for myself." So I went found this website. I forgot what it's called. Spent $10 on the to create my logo. Spent $10, trademark my logo, did everything, and start creating a brand with me and my partners. And we just hit the ground running. And we got a merch store where people order a bunch of merch. It's kind of cool because a lot of people from Germany, Switzerland, Russia, like from everywhere else order, but like in the States, it's like people but they appreciate. Man, it's crazy. Like it's funny because I tell people I feel like Michael Jordan to like people in these from foreign countries, but
Oh
in the
yeah.
USA, it's kind of like yeah, because you got to think they're big about natural healing, and one of the biggest things they're big like even if you look in like China, like Russia, they're big on foot reflexology.
Oh,
Thai.
okay.
Oh yeah, look, you can look it up. They're big on it. So when they saw me walking barefoot, they started. Man, I got so many DMs from people all over the world, bro. I got receipts. Just like, man, that's dope. Like I got people that DM. It's kind of crazy. People DM me feet of them walking barefoot every day. Swear, like you motivate me. So but that's how I got started. Sorry, that's how I got started. I created the brand, and when I go hiking on the mountains, I would wear like my barefoot chain, my barefoot shirt, barefoot, and I would have business cards on me, like barefoot cards, and I would have like stickers, shirts. So when someone came and it was like, "Hey, what are you training for?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just doing this. It's for my mental health, whatever, grounded, realign my body." I would give them a sticker of a card. So that's how I start building like people to know who I was. It's just when I'm on the mountain, they come to me, I'll give them a sticker, card, t-shirt. I'll give them a magnet. So yeah, so that's how I got started, bro.
That's pretty cool because then you're not having to throw so much into like the expenditures of marketing
Mhm.
stuff because you market
Eggs,
yourself as is.
exactly. And that's what's so beautiful because marketing, number one, is the most expensive thing in any business, like you
Hmm.
said. Like guaranteed. Like I worked with my auntie at a nail salon. She spent at least 7,000 on marketing. I saw it. It
Ooh,
company, bro. Like that's what I'm saying.
damn.
And then what's so crazy is, bro, you're spending 7,000 for another company to market for you, and a lot of times they're about the money, so they go half-ass do the job. Like, it's a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? It's so you
Yeah.
really spending money, and you're not guaranteed to get the revenue or the traffic you need with this company spending 7,000. So, what you said with the marketing, so me walking barefoot. I am my brand. Like
Yeah.
I work out bare. Like it's so easy like if I go to the store right now barefoot, that's my brand.
Because you gotta get everybody's gonna be looking. It's like,
Yeah,
why is this guy barefoot? And then you get all the
yeah,
people
yeah.
walking up to you.
Exactly. So it sells, bro. It's like I said, it's go back to it. I started there, and it's just a blessing, bro. Like because I think about, I'm like, dang, it's crazy because I really enjoy it. Like it's no facade. Like if you see me in the gym. Like that, I'm really barefoot. If you see me in the park, I'm barefoot. If you see me anywhere, I may be barefoot. Like that, this my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's pretty big for a marketing strategy. It's big. And then Barefoot itself is an entity, and then Barefoot J, it's an entity as well too. So that's why I
Okay.
use Barefoot J. So it's a whole entity and it's trademark and everything. So anything you see with Barefoot that includes me, everything is solid up paperwork.
Okay, I bet that's pretty cool. It's especially like nowadays with how the
Mhm.
kind of like the economy is, it
Mhm.
seems it's really hard for a lot of people to find success with not only kickstarting, but to
Yep.
be effectively market and build their business and their brand. Because like you
Facts.
said, having to spend 7,000 on
Mhm.
marketing when there's not even guaranteed outcome of
Yep.
results, and like even like on social media, you could put out 50,
Yep.
$100 or whatever on social media to promote something, and then you get bots. Like that's the issue I've always come
Yep.
across is bots. So they'll like follow, and then once the
Yep.
campaign's over, they unfollow. And it's like, well, shit,
Yep.
I just wasted that money.
Yep. Yep. And that's the thing is, like you said, the marketing is the number one thing in business. What you do, anybody do, is a thing. I just got off the phone with a coworker of mine. We was just talking about it because I'm working on the SEO engine and the meta tags. So
Okay.
what I learned is I talked to like a couple of marketing companies and I asked them like, hey, where are you guys getting these leads? So let's say if you want to lead for construction, whatever you do. So you pay that company to get the leads. So give you leads where lead you call like, hey, how's it going? My name is Josh. I see that you're interested in getting something built, whatever. I've seen it on Google. So you go there and you check it out. So your job is to close that lead. So what these companies do, the middleman, like that's why I'm on Nipsey Hustle, like move the middleman out the way. So what they do is they create a whole SEO engine. They create the meta tags, the HTML tags, and everything. They create everything and the Google SEO engine, which you can do. They charge you $2,000 to $7,000 to market it. And it's not even guaranteed. All they
Damn.
do is they create an SEO and meta tag, and they put basically a meta tag is a hashtag for your website. So on
Oh,
the
okay.
back end, you're basically putting your hashtag into your website on the back end when you create it. That's
Okay.
what these companies are doing. So once they do that, like say like podcast this, they put it into your website on the back end. So now when people type in podcasts or like let's say podcast at night or something, you pop up. But you just spent 7,000 of them for you to do that, and you can do it yourself. Go on YouTube and spend about I say $100 to $200 creating all that for yourself, and you guaranteed to bring it in instead of spending 7,000. You betting on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what, like, I feel like a lot of people need to, like, really focus on too
Yep.
is start betting on yourself because when
Mm-hmm.
we externalize and go for all these other outside sources to try to bring in the revenue or to lift us up or to get us out of a funk, it's like, at the end of the day, you have your own back, you have your family, you have your support system, but you gotta be able to help yourself rise up and overcome the obstacles.
Yeah, big facts. It's just like anything, bro. It's a lack of knowledge. And what's crazy is it's like the main thing is just being like I said, I started a lot of businesses. They were L's, and when I say L's, they wasn't losses. They were learning lessons. That's what they were.
Mhm.
They were learning lessons. That's what I don't believe in L's. If you a L is a learning experience. That's my L's. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because even just the books with KFC, Colonel Sanders, if you read on them, he didn't blow up till he was 60 something when he came up with KFC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? And like even I don't know if you've seen the movie Pursuit of Happiness. I'm pretty sure you have.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
that's a great
like,
movie.
bro, everyone thought he was crazy. He was man. His wife left him. He slept in. Come on, man. Like that's what business is, or starting something. Those are the sacrifices. Like people like, oh, you're starting this. You like, bro, you're supposed to fail at least 10 things before you blow up. Like
Mhm.
guarantee. I mean, that's the formula. Everybody from Bill Gates, anybody you read, they fail 100 times, bro.
Mhm.
They said Colonel Sanders, I was reading the book. They said he started 300 businesses, bro, before KFC blew up. You can look this up.
Damn.
Look it up, bro. Look
And
it up.
didn't too when, like, he first started with KFC, like, he was just going door to door giving out his
Yes,
product, be like, "Hey,
yes,
try this."
yeah. He believed in his product and he sold his product. And it blew up and he was 60 years old. So when I see stuff like that, as going towards the entrepreneur route, it's like, okay, I'm doing right. If I don't
Mhm.
fail at least 20 times, I'm not doing it right. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
had a I had a coworker. I work restoration. That's what I do for my full job. He was one of my trainers. He told me, he said, if you're not fucking it up, you're not doing it right. Like,
I love that. That's a quote right there.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that just saying that taught me it's like you have people think when you start a business, it just goes like hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. And then when it don't go the way they want, people stop.
Mhm.
People stop.
Yeah. It's like you're building your own ladder, and each
Mm-hmm.
failure is the next step on the
Yep.
ladder. And some people, they only get halfway, quarter of the way, they don't see it through. So you
Yep.
have to keep on pushing through the trial and error.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And even if you start something and you sit it to the side, that doesn't mean you gave up on it. You just basically, when you plant a seed, it has to grow. Give it time to grow. Then you come back to it. You check on it. You water it. Then you plant another seed. You plant it there. Then you plant a garden there. You plant it here. Pretty soon, everyone, oh, you're doing too much. But what happens is those seeds got to grow.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, exactly.
You can be doing your normal 9 to 5, and 5 years from now, that seed, those 3 seeds that you planted, grew into oak trees. Now people like,
Mhm.
what the hell? Like I planted those 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
For
So
real.
yeah,
That's how it
bro.
is for, this podcast too. Cause like,
Yeah,
bro, I'm not tech savvy at all in the
yeah,
slightest,
yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like, even when you break down, like, the SEO engines, the
Uh-huh.
metadata, like, that
Mm-hmm.
stuff, to an extent, it flies over my head,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah, yeah.
so much trial and error, and, like, all the equipment I've gotten
Yep.
for the podcast, I've constantly swapped out stuff because I failed with what I had, couldn't get it to work, or it broke down, so I
Yep.
had to reinvest and keep going back and back
Uh-huh.
and back. And I even took a break from the show too for, like, a good, I say, almost like a year, because the focus, like you brought up on my other show, Throwing Hands, all the MMA
Uh-huh.
stuff. I took a break from this to focus
Yeah.
on that, to let the seeds grow.
Hmm. And the thing is, bro, to say this, I'm gonna continue giving your flowers because we don't give enough people their flowers, like entrepreneurs, inspiring entrepreneurs, or people that's trying to find their way. We just automatically want to see the end results in the society we in. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? If you, oh, Josh got a podcast, whatever. But the thing is, it's a seed. You have to watch the seed grow. And I like seeing it from the beginning to the end because
Yeah.
a lot of people like now, how many people you probably know started the podcast and stopped because you got to get equipment, you got to make time, you got to sit down and talk to them right now. They may not be born. You don't know how to market it. People like, man, whatever. Let me just go back to work. So you done buried your dream, and now you stuck in the paradigms of society.
Mhm.
And that's the thing is that's one thing I refuse to be stuck in the paradigms of society. And that's what I broke free. So I tell people like, what do you mean by that? It's like the paradigms of society, like you stuck within the society mentally. You got these
Mhm.
mental shackles. Like people say, how did you break it? I'm still fighting it. But I tell people I break it every day. I walk barefoot. You know how many
Yeah.
people think it's weird a black man walking barefoot and working out barefoot. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I'm living outside of society, going barefoot,
Yeah.
bro. Most people will look at me and be like, "Let's be real, African American, like, bro, like you barefoot? What? Like it's confusing. They don't understand it."
Yeah. See,
And
that's too, it's, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, go ahead.
yeah, no, you good, boss. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just say that's the thing too for me, like, I can't, as much as, or as easy as it is to just fall in line with everything, to fall in line with the crowd, it's
Hmm.
just like, for me myself, I just can't do it. Even though
Yeah,
it's like I have the doubts, any fears,
yeah,
anxieties, it's like I can't do it. And like, one of my favorite quotes is, it's an old Latin phrase, "Malo
uh-huh.
percula sum libertatem quam quaetum civitium." I prefer
Oh
liberty
wow.
with danger than peace with slavery. Whether it's to being a slave to the system, to society, or to my own vices, I can't do it.
Yeah, that's bro. I got you. Gonna have to send me that one. I like that one. I like that. You got to. I like reading too. You gonna have to definitely send that so I can research that too. But and you right, man. It's kind of sad. It's just like because when you start gaining knowledge for self, I don't want to sit here like I got all the answers and stuff, but I am on a journey. I
Mhm.
do struggle just like anybody else. But you realize a lot of times we create our own mental shackles.
Mhm.
It's not physical, bro. Like that's what's crazy. It's not like your arm is cut off, your leg is cut off. like you're blind in one eye. It's really just the mental shackle that you
Mhm.
got to break loose from. Like
Exactly, bro.
it's crazy because when you just start thinking, because it's this book that I'm reading. You have to check it out. It's called damn, what is it called? Uh, Practical Mysticism. Practical Mysticism.
Hey, that's what's up.
So basically it just talks about is creating your universe. Like anything you provide in your universe, like that's what you're going to get back. If you give love, you're going to get love. If you give
Mhm.
out envy, you're going to get envy. So it's just like, wow, and it's so cliche and simple, but we forget, like, you create your universe. Like, you
Mhm.
create it. Whatever energy you put into it, you're going to get it back. And it's just like reading that and understand more. It helps me with like my business ventures and things like that, because I am my creator. I set my own destiny. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, you network and talk to people, but I set up everything. It's just like if you feel good, what do you say? If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, they pay good. And if you get paid good, you live good. Something Dion
Yeah,
says it. So it's
that's a
just
good
like
one.
your company, you have to feel that. If you feel that, think about it when people walk in the room, or if a fighter walks into the ring and you can see in his eyes he's nervous, and the other fighter just looking through him, like that tells you right there, like, okay, he's nervous. He lunchy.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You have to
Yeah.
have a demeanor where you're comfortable and confident, and the confidence comes from your preparation.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Don't get me started, but because it just, you know what I'm saying? Because it's big, because I'm on that journey. I'm excited to share with people. And I see, and I've been tapped in with you and watching you. You tapped in too. You know what I'm saying? We all had things that we're working on, but for the most part of the foundation, you tapped in. So, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah, no, bro, it's big. It's nice to have people that's tapped in, that's aware of their surroundings and things like that. And when I say surroundings, is of their mental, of their
Yeah.
mental. And I know it sounds cliche, everything with the mental health, but I don't think people really, 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 truly pay attention to their mental health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Like there's because like I read textbooks as well, and I was reading a
uh-huh.
textbook on philosophy, and it talked about this Jewish psychologist named Viktor Frankl. He
Okay.
he went through the Holocaust, lost his entire family except for one of his cousins in the Holocaust, even his wife.
Mhm.
But the one thing he pointed out was that amongst all of his peers and his friends that were in the camps, some of them, because the environment, it got the best of them and they just became
Yeah.
very crude people. But then there's others that never changed, that were still pure of heart, good intention, helpful, well mannered. And it's like that's I think is like the most biggest perfect example too of like your environment can affect you only if you allow it to. At the end of the
Facts.
day, what you have going on here is under your control. You're not going to
Hmm.
let all these external factors take over and dictate what you have going on inside.
Facts. No, and that's that. You also got to send me that too when we get off here too. You
Mhm.
got to send me that info. Everything you teaching me, send to me. That's I like soaking up knowledge. But you're absolutely right, man. It's the mental, and like someone that went through that of the like, bro, come on, the Holocaust. Like some people may not, have snapped back then from that, but then some people like, you know what, that was my past. I have to take charge of my universe now. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So
Yeah.
that's big, bro, because it's the mental shackles. Like you say, it's sad because because people don't realize that they're a slave. And it's not people, when I say a slave, you could be a slave to anything.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just not one thing. Slave, you can have a slave mentality for anything. And it's just sad because it's like, damn, man, you want to share and talk to people, but you don't want to come off crazy. And
Yeah.
then, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, some people might not be ready for
Yeah, dude, I relate to that 100%. Like, it's
it.
crazy sometimes, like, I absolutely love reading too, and
Yeah,
I read
yeah,
books across thousands
yeah,
of years,
yeah.
and when you said practical, mysticism, like, that immediately
Uh-huh.
popped up a book that I read, The Mystic
Hmm.
Path to Cosmic
Yep,
Power, where
yep,
this guy, Vernon Howard, was talking about how we have a true and a false self. Your
Yep.
true self is everything positive about you: peace, love, happiness, content,
Mm-hmm.
serenity. And then your false self is this false representation of you that's all the bad things, whether it's anger, jealousy, depression, anxiety,
Yep.
stuff like that. And the problem is that we assume our false self as our true self. So,
Yep.
like when you say that I'm anxious or I'm angry, that's actually your false self
Mm-hmm.
convincing you that it's real. And like people wouldn't always like that idea because when I try to explain it, they think that I'm saying, oh, depression isn't real. No, it's not. I'm saying that at all. It's that it's only real if you allow it to be. So,
Uh-huh.
like, imagine like it's a feral animal. When a feral animal gets cornered, it becomes rabid to fight for survival.
Yep.
Typically, when you're alone and things are quiet, and that's when things start kicking up, it's the
Yep.
same thing. That's your false self turning to a feral animal to still convince you that it's real so it can keep control over you.
Talk to him. Talk to him, Josh. Talk to him. Talk to him. You know what I'm saying? But like it's real. It's it, and you hit that on the head, man. It's all in the mind. I mean, we know. The thing is, it's one of those things. Is like we all know. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's all in the mind. Another thing is to drop a jewel, a little something. I was researching the mind and brain is two different things.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. I'll try to people like what like I've just read what's his name? Andrew Huberman. I don't know if you heard of him
Oh, I
before.
have heard that name.
Yeah, he's like a big time like a fitness guru of mental health. Like he dives into it. Like he's a doctor, I believe, something like that. And he just breaks it down. He was just saying the mind and the brain are two different things. The brain is a physical specimen, and the mind is your thoughts, your subconscious. I'm like, wow, just something that small people don't realize. You say brain, mind, everybody tied in as one, which it is actually, but your mind is what makes all the decisions. Your brain is just a muscle that's there that could all the tissue, the nerves and stuff, but your mind is actually the real thing that runs everything. So that's Andrew Huberman. I think you would like him. Look,
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
watch him on YouTube, man. He's
Yeah,
dope. So yeah, the mind is definitely a powerful thing, man. Definitely a powerful thing.
for real, for real. See, this is why I started this podcast because just
Yeah.
to have dialogue like this, like
Yep.
I've never liked the idea. I've never liked the idea of just like being
Yeah.
set on one thing.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
me, psychology, philosophy, history has always been like my biggest fascination. So, like I want to be able to have constructive, positive dialogue that's
Uh-huh.
able to have a genuine impact. And it's like when there's so many people that falls in line with the crowd and they're not willing to turn the other way and start thinking for themselves,
Yeah.
it's almost like a little heartbreak because there's so
Yep.
much potential. Like I've always
Mm-hmm.
studied books and everything with the concept of like understanding infinity, like the
Mm-hmm.
big scheme of
Yep.
things. And it's like, bro, we all have infinite potential, but
Yep.
it's the mental
Mm-hmm.
aspect that hinders what we're capable of.
And you right, bro. That's like, even just going back to I used to tell everybody, I said everybody is $1 million baby.
Hmm.
Everybody is $1 million baby. It's just what you do and tap into. You know what I'm saying? Some people may become $1 million baby, let's say in 2 days. Some people may take them years. Some people may never happen. It's just how you channel your energy and change your mindset to get where you need to go. You know, some people
Yeah.
may shoot up to the top and fall down next year. So life is beautiful, bro, because you never know. Like you may see somebody that that's doing what they love, and it just look like their life is just like lovely, but behind closed door they have addiction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's like you really, that's why going back to everything, you have to be in tune with yourself and your mental. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because you'll run ragged thinking about it. We all been guilty of it when, like, you know, social media, Facebook, and all that, bro. That's why so many we have anxiety and shit because you get to scrolling and you like, damn, I wish I was on vacation. You at work. How that's gonna make you feel if you scrolling looking at
Mhm.
somebody in Puerto Rico and you at work and you low key hate your job?
Yeah, bro, for real, and it's like it sets so many big expectations
Yeah,
that, that
yeah.
just isn't realistic.
Yeah. And so it gives you that false reality. Like I tell everyone, like social media is worse than the crack epidemic.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
it's the word because now, well, drugs back then, certain people get a hold of adults. You really didn't hear kids. But the thing about it is, kids is coming out wombs learning how to work iPads.
Mhm.
Like they're already being, programmed. Like
Yeah.
they know how to work an iPad before they know their ABCs. This is facts.
Yeah. Yeah, and it actually what I learned too is that the younger the age that you expose kids to TV, to social media, just anything
Uh-huh.
with the screen, the more that it actually alters the neurological format of their brain
Yep.
because the way that we learn and develop is through mirroring each other. And you
Mm-hmm.
can't mirror a screen. You can't mirror something that can't interact with you back. And so
Facts.
that's what's leading so much more to development cases of mental health, of
Mm-hmm.
developmental issues, and all that.
Yeah. And you, bro, top what you just said. I tell everybody when I was young, go back and watch The Matrix again. What you just said is The Matrix. Like,
Bro, for real.
come
It's
on, bro.
real.
It's real. Like, you know what I'm saying? They put it in the movie. Like, I mean, when we were young, you like, oh, okay. But when you get older and you actually experience life and you live like your life, like you realize those movies back then, you'd be like, damn, like they were ahead of their time. Like Matrix was ahead of their time. Basically, with
Mhm.
the social media, everything. This is the social media is the Matrix.
Yeah, because we're getting trapped into it, and it's like the I don't know if have you read the book George Orwell 1984?
No, no, I haven't read that.
So that one I would definitely suggest reading because it's
Okay.
like what we have going on now where social media is kind of dictating our perception of the world. And
Yeah.
if all you see in social media is unrealistic expectations and then all the bad stuff is going on, then
Hmm.
that's what you think the entire world is and then you just be consumed in it. And that's why like the virtual reality kind of
Yeah.
like makes me a little nervous because
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot of people that want to hop in and not want to get out.
Yeah, bro. That's scary, and we already live in the metaverse. Like people like, oh, we're already in the metaverse from social media to bank cards. Like who? No one really use their like me. I use my phone for everything. Like if
Yeah.
I'm getting some, I just use my phone. It's rarely I have my card on me. Like I'm like, oh, okay, as long as I got my phone, I'm good. I think so. That's the metaverse that people don't. I mean, people do, but people got to realize we're already in the metaverse. But
Mhm.
you have to know how to operate within the metaverse, you know?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's just like I was talking to someone, like, oh, social media this, social media that. Like, yes, we know that. But like I tell them, social media is just like a gun. If you put a gun in someone's hands that's trained to use it, then it's good. But if
Mhm.
you put a gun in a kid's hand that's not trained at all, it's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, bro.
So that's to me with like social media and the metaverse. It's just who's using it and how they're using it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I don't want to
Exactly.
be the one like, oh, social media. No, it's not because it's good because it has changed a lot of people's lives as well. Just
Yeah.
people, YouTubers, to content create, just everything. You have more. How can I say this? It sucks that it's internet, but again, it do changes people financial situations. So that's what I like about it, the possibility what it could do for you, for your
Yeah.
company, or anything.
Yeah, that's why like I have a mixed opinion on like AI, for example, because
Yeah, yeah.
if the good people, if the right type of people
Yeah,
are able
yeah.
to nurture it properly, AI can
Mm-hmm.
be a massive benefit to us.
Yeah.
But if it's thrown, like you said, if it's thrown into the hands of somebody that's not trained, then
Uh-huh.
there's all kinds of things that could go wrong with it.
Yeah, and a lot of people is you know what it reminds me of? Like what's the dang, what is it? Like you have evil and good people. That's life. Like you have
Mhm.
people that's just pure evil and you have people that's just righteous and good people.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, the internet is dangerous when you have those bitter people. The bitter individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
now that's dangerous. If someone's bitter, feels some type way, and they could go at the thumbs, that's dangerous. That's like a loaded gun just waving it at everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that's like the trolls. The trolls, you can kids are getting how do you get cipher bully? Like I get
Mhm.
it. I get it. But that goes back to the mental shackle. It's
Yep.
crazy. It's like I can understand if someone came to you and walk up to you right now and just choke you. Now that's different. Like it's like because it's a physical thing to you,
Yeah.
but the mind is stronger than the body in like it's a whole nother conversation. But it's just like no one's there physically. They just type something and it just these kids are killing themselves or so. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and it goes
So
back like you gotta be able to have that mental
yeah.
fortitude as well as the preservation of your own moral
Uh-huh.
compass to make sure you stay on that right path. Because it's like, like with people who are religious, they always reference like trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
The trials and tribulations are the test to prove the genuineness of your devotion, of your faith, or
Yep.
what you're pushing towards. And no matter what, you can't have yin without yang. You can't have good without
Hmm.
evil because one won't exist without the other. So all it like for me, for example, like
Uh-huh.
I went through a lot of trauma
Uh-huh.
growing up. I lost family members, stuff like that. And I always say I've had the privilege to see the type of life that I didn't want to live. My
Yeah.
pain is my greatest ally because that's my biggest motivator.
Yep. Nah, you right. I actually have tattoos that says you gotta it's called I said it's called, but it's pain and strength. You gotta go through pain to get strength, and if you got strength, you went through pain.
Hmm.
So it goes back to what you saying, like you gotta have one or another to make you stronger because I feel like if you never went through pain, like how do you know it's gonna feel? It's just like if you into boxing, it's just like if you get hit in the mouth. If you ain't never been hit in the mouth, that's a whole totally different feeling if you never been hit in the mouth.
For
You know,
real, bro.
like it
Yeah,
ain't nothing
for
like when
real.
somebody hits you in your mouth and your eyes get watery. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like everybody think no, that's one thing. I'm jumping. Everybody think they could fight, but it's a difference. Like that's what this the boxing fans. I get it. Well, not boxing fans, but people that really don't understand the sport, like boxing and fighting. I'm like, boxing is a sport.
Hmm.
Fighting, it don't take much skill to fight. And I mean, people could argue that with me, but boxing, it's like that's why Mayweather. I'm just use Mayweather. That's why Mayweather is. I'm a fan of Mayweather. That's
Yeah.
why Mayweather was one of the greatest because he was a boxer. Even if you didn't like him, the sport of boxing, he mastered boxing,
Yep.
not fighting. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got UFC. Then I like UFC, but UFC is fighters. Like I hate when they like, oh, the fight. They should like it's called boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Hmm.
so. But I went on a tangent. But yeah. So I just feel like people got to be more understanding and understanding things. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
just my little thing of with the boxing and fight. Now let me ask you: are you gonna watch the Charlo and Canelo fight?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Who
sir.
you
I'm
who
gonna
you
be watching
going
that.
for? Who you going for?
Bro, it's so I've been hearing back and forth on it. There's a lot of people think Charlo's gonna get the W, but I gotta stay loyal to my boy Canelo. I
Ah,
love
see,
Canelo.
Canelo. Don't get me wrong, Canelo. The thing is, where I think Canelo. This is my opinion. Canelo is a little more how can I say swift than Charlo. I like Charlo.
Yeah.
Charlo can be Charlo could be a little wild at times. Like if you really just watch his fight, his last fight against damn, who was his last fight against? It's been a minute. It's been like a year since he fought. But anyway, damn, who was it? I'm gonna go crazy. We have to look it up. But his last fight, he looked wild as hell. He just powerful. And on top of that, he'll rip you apart too. And he has a
Yeah.
motor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
It,
kinda like how Deontay Wilder is. It's like
yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
that wild factor
yeah,
can
yeah.
throw somebody off their game.
Yeah, and that's the thing is just that inch of wow factor could throw a monkey wrench into everything. Just that
Yeah,
inch
bro.
of it. You know what I'm saying? Like Canelo is a more little precise. That's
Hmm.
just my opinion. That's my opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He's a little
absolutely.
more calculated. And I'm not saying Charlo's not calculated because he is, but with me, Canelo is a little more, calculated, like I said. But Charlo is like he's calculated, but Charlo trying to take your head off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like Canelo,
exactly.
Canelo is too. Canelo is too. But Charlo, you can hear it if you hear the Charlo brothers talk. You can hear it in their demeanor, like they aggressive as hell and they want to take your head off for no reason.
Yeah. They
And
have, like, that blend of, like, the boxer, but still a little that fighter instinct.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just everything. Like, I think it's Jamel. Like Jamel walks around with a tilted head. Like, bro, you gotta be crazy when you talk like this and aggressive all the time. Like, you definitely something's not right with you.
Yeah. It's funny that you brought that up because there was this the fight got canceled, but there was this one MMA fight that I saw that was gonna happen. It was James, I believe it was James Trinidad the third versus Brett Cooper, local
Uh-huh.
guys here in Phoenix.
Okay.
And when they did the face off, like James, yeah, he just had his head tilt over like this.
Yeah,
He had
yeah.
wide eyes open, like he looked like a psychopath. He looked like he was ready to go on the hunt. And it was like, bro, that shit is scary.
Yeah, because it's just why. First of all, why are you leaning to the side all the time? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
Mhm.
is going on psychologically to where you have to lean to the side and be aggressive? Hey, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like a lot of question marks are up right now. You know what I'm saying? So
for
I
real, bro.
definitely understand that, man. But other than that, man, that's pretty dope. So I think so. You think you got to go with Canelo, right? So
Yeah, just for
I'm
loyal factor.
yeah, yeah, I feel it. I'm gonna go with Charlo because you know what I'm saying. I live in Houston and I've been watching them for a while. Me and my uncle watch them. I gotta go with them because they Houston boys, they Texas boys. I
Yeah,
gotta stay solid with them, and I like the way they get down. I love their whole camp and everything they do and stand for.
yeah, for
As
real.
they say, we lions, we lions.
Exactly. Exactly. Have you were you originally from Texas? 'Cause I know you lived in Arizona for a little bit,
No, no,
right?
I'm originally from AZ. I'm originally from
Okay.
AZ. How I ended up out here is my auntie owns a nail salon. So we
Okay.
had some deaths in the family. My mother, my uncle, and my grandmother all passed away like within like weeks apart. So
Oh,
she just
man.
went, she went through it. So she had a nail salon. She was just, my mother and her was really close. My grandmother and her were tight, and her husband passed away. So she's just going through it, trying to run the business, and and you having deaths in your family. That's tough, bro. So she just asked me like what I think about coming and being the manager at the salon and going to school. I actually went to school for nail technician. So
Hey, that's what's up.
yeah, so I was a manager of the salon, and how I ended up going to uh, nail school. Of course, I'm being in the shop and I'm with women. I don't know what's going on, so I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to go to school to be able to tell you what you're doing wrong. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
So I went to school, finished everything. Um, and then just start going from there. I learned a lot too. Like it's like I could do a full set right now. Like a woman, I could sit down, hook her up, everything. Just it's actually cool. I think about. I'm like, damn, I actually know how to do nails. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. So that's how I ended up out in Texas is the work with her, helping her salon. Also too, we had a deal, partnership to where I ran, since I'm a foot reflexologist, I did appointments out of there. I had
Oh,
a
okay.
area, yeah, so it was barefoot. So you come in and get foot reflexology. We had different ones you could choose, menu, different ones you could choose, like a massage with hot rocks, oil, things like that. And then it was pretty dope. So I was doing nails and foot reflexology. So it was dope, bro. So it was dope. Fortunately we didn't work it didn't work out. So I ended up jumping into something else. But that's how I got into Texas, to help my tooth and nail salon. And then
Okay.
I got here, liked it, and just was like, man, I'm never going back. I mean, I love Arizona, it's my home, but just I grew up there, born and raised. It's just good to see something new.
Yeah, yeah, I bet it's such a drastic difference, like the humidity, the
Oh,
heat,
oh,
and then
bro.
you get to see grass, bro.
Yeah, that's bro. That's the thing here. Lovely, like everywhere is just green. You know what I'm saying? It's just green, and then the humidity. It ain't honestly, bro. It ain't bad, bro. It ain't the humidity. I enjoy it. Like people out here be like, it's hot. I'm like, you don't know what hot is. Like
Mhm,
this is not hot. Don't get me wrong. It's warm, but it's not hot. You know what
mhm,
I'm saying? I told him here you can drive down the street with your windows down.
yep. In
Like,
Arizona? No.
yeah, yeah.
In
you
Arizona, you got a
yeah,
blow dryer running
yeah.
24/7.
That's what I'm saying. Is I told people, I said it's like hot air. I said, imagine opening the oven and standing in front of the oven and had that what the heat wave just hitting you in your face. That's Arizona with your windows down driving.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I told you get in your car, it's 115 outside. Get in your car, it's 130.
yeah, you could literally throw a piece of bacon on your hood and it go
Yeah,
cooking.
yeah. Like, I tell people that they like so. I do like it. I enjoy it, and like I said, the green and everything. The only thing that I hate, I'm not. You know what? Let me not use that word. I'm not gonna say hate. The only thing that I do miss that they don't have is the mountains. We got so many mountains there, and
Oh,
I hike.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a hiker.
Yeah.
So that hits me. So when I go to Arizona, that's the first thing I do is go to the mountains. Like I go. That's the first. Anybody know me? I get in Arizona. You know for a fact it ain't a facade. I'm in the mountains somewhere. I'm either Camelback Mountain, Peak Mountain, what's the steps in Verado? I can't think of the steps. Victory Steps or something in
Okay.
Verado. North Mountain. I mean, I'm almost on every mountain in Arizona.
Damn. Have you ever hiked Havasupai Falls?
No, I haven't hiked that one yet. My buddy was telling me about it. How's that?
I haven't hiked it yet, either. I want to so bad because I think it's like what, like a 12-mile hike. But
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
it there's just the videos. It's like it's so beautiful.
Bro, we gonna have to tap. Man, that's one of the things. When I come back to AZ, we gonna have to tap in and set up a schedule and go do that. Go on the venture out there, man. But I'm with that. I'm like I said, anything outdoors, I'm with. I'm with.
Yeah.
But that's how I ended up in Texas, and I like it. I think this is officially gonna be like home, stumping grounds, raise a family and stuff here. So that's how
Yeah.
I ended up here, man.
Yeah. Do you plan on visiting Arizona sometime soon?
Actually, in like probably next month. Next month we have a family reunion, but
Oh, okay.
next month, and then me and my brother have a business meeting. Um, he's my business partner. We have a nonprofit by the name of Hugging Hearts.
Hey, that's
Uh,
awesome.
so he actually has a skate shop. I'm gonna have to connect you to. His name is Deshaun Jordan. He has a skate shop. So we're going to do some things there and partner with some people and meet up with some people. So probably like next month, sometime next month.
Okay, but yeah, we'll have to, definitely have to link up then, go on a hike. It's been a minute since I've done a hike too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's been damn. How long it's been for you?
Oh, I'm not even gonna lie when I say it's probably been like a good like 5 years since I've gone on a hike.
Damn, bro, you
Right?
oh fuck. I mean, sorry, you live in Arizona, man. Come on, you can't. You being disrespectful to AZ, bro. All the mountains we got, and you talking about five. Oh man, you know what's crazy? That's like people that was born around water but never been swimming or been to the beach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
for
man,
real.
you got to get in the mountains, bro. You got to represent. You got to be in the mountains. If you an AZ boy, you got to be in the mountains, bro. It's
Yeah,
the
dude.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah, for real. That's the downside of like doing all the media and like the
Yeah,
podcasting.
true,
It's
true,
like
true,
I'll spend straight up nine,
true.
10 hours straight editing, and by the time I get done, it's already like 5 in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I was supposed to go out and do something. So it's
Yeah,
like
not
it fucks with my training. Like
yeah,
I've been wanting to go on hikes for a minute, but I just never have time. That's the crappy part.
yeah. No, I get that too. Also, too, bro. I seen you in videos. You was tackling the Was you a fighter? You was tackling the punching bag or something. Like you was doing like martial arts type of movement. What's up with that? Like, is it martial arts or you was just training? Like, what was it?
Yeah, so I was training. My goal is that I do wanna compete because my
Okay.
main goal has always been, like, commentating. So, like, Joe Rogan, like, what he
Okay.
does,
Yeah.
commentating, podcasts, interviews, and it's like, what better way to get better experience, but then to actually compete? And then it's
Uh-huh.
at the same time, it's like, bro, when I hear fighters tell me all the time, like, they got that itch or that's like it's like
Mhm,
therapy to step in there, that's no joke, bro. That's really no joke, and it's
mhm.
I love training, I love combat sports. I finally got back into training too these past
Got
couple
you.
weeks, and it's been I feel so much better doing it.
Yeah, I'm already knowing, bro. It's a stress reliever, and then on top of that, it's something that it drowns out all the noise from media, everything, and you
Yeah.
just you zoned in, bro. I tell people it's nothing like being in the setting. You're doing something physically and mentally with nobody around, and it's like it's a whole different feeling. You in the
Mhm.
trends, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get it. And you talking about combat sports, bro, it's a whole different ball game. You feel like an assassin. Like
Yeah, for
you
real.
you
When I
know
do some
you
sparring, I'm like,
yeah,
"Hey, I feel pretty confident."
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it may mess people up because now, you know what I'm saying, you looking, like you said, that itch. You waiting for some,
Mm,
if you don't have that discipline,
mhm.
it's all about discipline. People
Yeah.
see the fighters and, oh, well, I fight. Nah. The thing is to have the discipline and know you can harm and hurt somebody, but you have the discipline not to.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but no, that's dope, bro. I was watching. I said, damn, look at Josh, and because I'm like, it makes sense. So when you've been around the fight, you're around your lifestyle. That's what you're around.
Yeah.
From when this is your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you do is your lifestyle. So it made sense. So when I saw it, I was like, I gotta ask him because I feel like people that do anything find something that niche that they enjoy. I like asking them, and from looking at the videos, just scrolling down and looking, I'm like, damn, like he tapped into this. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you being around fighters, I'm like, all right, it makes sense. And Hoffs and stuff like that, boxing gym. I'm like, okay, this dude is like in that realm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you, I
Yeah,
appreciate that. I was gonna
yeah,
bring it up too with, all that you do because, like, you're talking about the barefooting, I see you go on the hikes, you do all the workouts, and, like, I
yeah.
was, watching some of your videos earlier too, like, bro, you go through an insane workout.
Oh yeah, so right now, my coach Jared, he actually has a podcast here in
Oh,
Houston,
no shit.
and he's runs the gym Journey Fit in Houston. So we've been training like crazy because I'm getting ready to do the High Rocks competition. It's like a fitness race, like lifting, lunges. Like
Hey.
you gotta have to look it up. He introduced me to it, and so he was like, "You want to do it?" I'm like, "Yeah." So once I did my research and stuff, I'm like, "Damn!" Like, and you could go pro. So my job, I'm gonna try to go pro. I'm not gonna say try, but it's a matter of time. So I want to go pro with it. So once you run a good time, you could go pro. Like they do High Rocks, man. You go to Amsterdam, London, Paris. Like they
Damn.
do these yeah, look it up. It's called High Rocks. Like it's new. But so we just been training and like all our training is like intense. So now I gotta like my eating habits. I'm counting my macros. Man, I'm running about 3 or 4 or 5 miles a day, working out probably twice a day. I'm doing recovery. You know the athlete life. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like I used to play football, but I feel like back in that realm, it's like a hobby, but it's like I work out anyway and compete. Like shit, it's cool. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I could go pro with it. So yeah, the workouts be intense, bro. It'd be intense. Like the High Rocks training, you gonna have to try a High Rocks workout one day and tell me what you think. Like it's
Okay.
called, yeah. But yeah, so it's been crazy, bruh. But right now, I'm in phase one. So you're in different phases to where when you building your body, to get where you need to
Right.
go. So right now I'm just more so correcting my body right now. So like we'll do like a lot of sled pulls, running and stuff. So instead of using like a lot of weight, I'll go by like 10% to where I'm still getting that workout, but I'm building my muscle endurance, but working on my form and recorrecting my body. Because a lot of things is people jump into something, they just start lifting, but you never fixed your foundation. You know what I'm saying? If that makes
Yes,
sense.
bro.
Does
Yes,
that make
yes.
sense? You
Yeah, it
gotta
does. That's the
you
biggest thing people miss
yeah,
out on.
yeah. So now, cause like it's just like if you get a brand new car, like not a car, a used car. Let's say a used car, and you don't maintenance or do nothing to the engine, and you put rims, all this nice stuff on it, and that car break down. Everything else is nice around it, but you didn't work on the one thing and correct the one thing within the engine. The engine
Yep.
blew out. Now you got a nice car on rims, but the engine blew out. You know what I'm saying?
For
So,
real, bro. For
so
real.
so yeah, so the workout has been good. I'm in phase one right now. I say phase one is like I'm in the building block. You know what I'm saying? My muscle memory is crazy. I was when I started, I was 173. Um, Now I'm 182 just because I've been counting my macros and get back on eat 2 times a day and my
Okay.
protein, the whole grind. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy, but it feels good though. It feels good. I'm feeling fluent in everything. I'm excited. I just hope. I think the average time people are running, they said it's like one 120, 120. But I'm trying to shoot for a 55. Hunter is one of the top dudes. You look him up too. Hunter is like the top dude that won. He ran a 54, but I'm confident I could run a 55 of the training and everything I'm doing. And like the key that I'm doing, everyone's just doing high rocks training and they're running, but I'm running on a track. I'm
Mhm.
building my slow twitch and my fast twitch. Like it's a whole, you know how it goes. It's a whole science to where
Yeah.
I'm doing everything to a T. And on top of that, I'm gonna be doing IVs, oxygen swap. So I'm doing a whole different ball game to, go pro and stuff.
Yeah, and that's such a key thing too. Like, even with me getting back into training, I have to
Yeah.
rebuild my
Yeah.
foundation. Like, I have to
Mm-hmm.
re-strengthen my joints. I have
Yep.
to recondition my body to the trauma, and that's what
Yep.
I see so many people when they start working out, or like when I
Yep.
first started working out. You think the mentality is that you just immediately go and you start lifting
Mm-hmm.
heavy, but it's like no.
Yep.
That's not it at all because your joints won't even be ready for it.
Yep.
You gotta work the foundation because the
Yep.
Eiffel Tower wasn't built on sand; it was built on the
Yep.
foundation.
Yep. And you hit that on the head. And that's the thing is that the lack of knowledge, bro. I mean, you got all these fitness gurus. Don't get me wrong, but like Andrew Huberman breaks that down. Like he talks about that as like building that muscle endurance, and then everything else be effective. Because right now, my opinion, 90% of the people are training wrong. Like that's
Right.
high, bro. 90%.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't understand. Like you said, they just think, oh, I lift weights. Like, no, you gotta flush everything out and then start building your joints and everything to where when you fix your foundation, when you get to that point, you're gonna be powerful.
Yep.
You're gonna be
Absolutely.
powerful. And so yeah, so my training, that's everything that I'm doing with my training, and it's been tough, but it's days I think like, damn man, why the hell I question myself, like, why are you doing this? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like
Mhm.
I'm really putting the work in, but it's like, bruh, like now I'm challenged that mental shackles. Like, nah, let's see if you can do it. Let's see if you got what it got in doing what you need to do to be on top. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man, High Rocks training, it's been good, bruh. So, yeah, we do some crazy workouts. We do some crazy workouts.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And so, if you had a specific kind of message or lesson that you wanted to give out to the youth or to the younger generations, what kind of message would that be?
I would say the simple cliche is always be yourself, no matter what. Always stay true to yourself. Always. And I would say that is because a lot of times, especially now with the social media and stuff messing with these kids' mental, it's like just nieces, nephews that I have, they're being swayed by just the littlest thing off like what's the damn it's old, but like the pod, what was the pod challenge everybody was doing?
Oh,
Like
the Tide Pod challenge?
yeah,
Yeah.
like little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Even TikTok dances and stuff. It's easy for these kids to get persuade easily. So I would tell a child is always stay true and be true to yourself, no matter what.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
at the end of the day, when you steer off, who do you come back to? Yourself.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
stay true to yourself from the get go. Because at the end of the day, when you have these friends and you do whatever you get into, because once all that's gone, who do you come back to? Like you said, when you sit down in the room by yourself, you driving the car by yourself, or you just hanging out by yourself, you coming back to yourself. So that's why I would say stay true to yourself and be real to yourself.
Yeah, I love that, and that preaches to the choir too with like your identity. Because if all you
Mm-hmm.
do is just following the trends,
Yep.
going with emotions, then who are you really?
Yep.
Then you're just another person in the crowd going with the flow of everything. And when you sit back and you look yourself in the mirror and you ask
Mm-hmm.
yourself, "Who am I?" Then it's
Yep.
like you're stuck in a crossroads and you're stuck in like this state of
Yep.
limbo.
Yep. And you know what's funny to top that? Because I like watching hella Disney movies. I tell people, if you go watch Lion King, look at all the messages that's in Lion King. Rafiki, everyone thought Rafiki was crazy, but he was wisdom. That Rafiki was wisdom. Like
Hmm.
when we go back to what you say, being true to yourself, when he said Simba, when Simba got older, and Rafiki was like uh what's his, Mufasa's alive, I show you him. Remember when they were running through the thing,
Yeah.
and Simple was like, that's just my reflection. And he was like, no, look, Father. So that goes back to what you saying is it's in you. Stay true to yourself. It's always in you. So that was the little Lion King thing. Rafiki always had a way of showing people it's always been in you, and stay true to yourself. So you have to go back and watch that. But that's my favorite movie because all the messages like that.
Nice. I am gonna have to watch that now because, like, my kid, he loves Disney movies, so I'm gonna have to go back and watch that
Yeah,
again.
bro, watch Lion King. It's gonna just now as a grown adult, watch it. It's gonna trip you out because it's so many messages that we deal with in society right now that it drops in Lion King. Just from knowing who you are, always being true to yourself, being righteous, and not being disobedient. Like when Simba went down to the Pride Land and his dad told him not to. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
just all that. It's crazy. Like, wow, it's a message in that. So yeah, tap in with that. But I would tell kids stay true to themselves.
Man, I love that. I love it, man. See, yeah, I'm so happy that we linked up because this was
Yeah.
a phenomenal episode. We had a lot
Oh,
of fun.
bro, this, I'm not even gonna hold you. At first, I was nervous. I'm like, I really don't want, but also too, I'm like, I'm promoting my brand and the stuff that I'm doing. I got a lot of stuff going. So you gotta start talking and rubbing
Hmm.
elbows with people because you never know what it could do or turn into for both of us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And the thing is, bro, I love this interview because just the fact of a lot of things I was talking about, you knew, like the books and like, come on, bro. Like it's a selective few that really understand and get it, or that's trying to learn and get it and better themselves on their journey. Like this is, bro, I can't even hold you. This is dope. This is like dope. This was dope.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. That's why it's everything happens for a reason. Like I don't believe in coincidence anymore. Every single
Yeah.
conversation, interview, like, dude, it's like, especially too with like when there's like so few people nowadays seems like you read books. So it's like to
Yep.
come across somebody else that actually reads stuff. And like when
Uh-huh.
you talked about the practical mysticism, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna turn into a dope ass interview.
Yeah. Yeah, no, bro. It's just like you said, like-minded people, man. That's like-minded. That's what it's about. Like-minded
Hmm.
people. And then on top of that, I know I salute you to what you doing. Like I want to see your process and your grind, bro, because it's hard, like you said, to keep a podcast going and just to have that mental capacity to keep and motivate yourself to keep going. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We need we need people like you and more to keep going and doing podcasts and outlets because it helps people, businesses, and things like that, or what they're trying to do. Just depends on where they want to go. You're helping with that, just being helping them being a voice.
Yeah, well, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's an absolute privilege, bro. Like I
Yeah,
don't know. It's hard to find the right words to describe it because it's like I still consider myself still at the bottom level. So that's really appreciated, man. I
bro.
really do appreciate
Let me
that.
ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this just to say this. I always got to throw jewels. Who says that you're at the bottom level?
That's always me.
You see what I'm saying? And what is the bottom level?
That's true too. That's true because it's subjective. The bottom level could be straight from 0, or you could say 50 is the bottom, all that.
Bro, because you feel like you're at the bottom level. Somebody else that want to start a podcast, to them, you're at the top level.
Okay, that's some wise words right there.
You that I'm just is how you look at it and what you're subjective to. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the thing is going back to the mental. Who's
Mhm.
to say you at the bottom? You said that you are what you think you are. If you feel like you at a bottom level, you're at a bottom level.
Okay, okay. See, I like the way you worded that. That's actually that puts a lot in perspective.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's giving you props because somebody right now wants they're writing down and want to start a podcast. They will call you to ask you how to start a podcast because you're doing what they want to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true, man. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like that's why I tell people you gotta look at stuff differently. Like that, it's kind of like the half glass, half full, whatever. It's
Yeah.
it's all in the mind, bro. What we just talked about and said right now, what I said to you, it's all in the mind. You said that. You said I'm bottom level. Don't, bro. One thing I tell everybody, you can ask anybody this, everybody I talk to. When someone said, "Oh, you got a little business," I say it's not a little business, it's a business.
Mhm.
Oh, you got a little car, it's not a little car, it's a car.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like people have to understand words mean something, which we all know, but really don't understand it to what we say. We speak it into the universe. To me, you doing your damn thing. It's a big podcast. That's you speak. We're speaking that into existence. It's a big podcast, bro. You
Mhm.
you interview multiple people. That's not easy. You done invest in equipment, bro. This ain't no. You know what I'm saying? You ain't at the bottom. You at the top. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. That's why I say it's the podcast that'll change the world.
Yeah, hey, I like there we go, baby. Make me feel good. You know what I'm saying? I get that positive energy from you. You know what I'm saying? But you doing your thing, man, and just keep doing what you doing. Like I said, I saw you interview Harsh. I said, okay, I'm gonna tap in. And you being from Arizona and your name Josh, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tap in. And once I saw everything you was doing, I wanted to do an interview because I'm like, okay, just going through, people Instagrams, it kind of tell you about them. But I was seeing what you were doing and looking at the boxing interview. I said, okay, I see what he's doing. I want to be tapped in with him. I feel like we could partnership on a lot of things going forward.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then once you're in town, we can even do a full sit down too. Do
Oh
another
man,
interview.
oh, this is just the beginning, bro. Cause I didn't, like I said, I got a whole bunch of, bro. I got, like I said, when I tell you I got a whole bunch of stuff that's like, man, it'll blow each other mind. Like it's so much, you know what I'm saying? I've
Yeah.
done and learned just as much as you learned and you've done. Like I feel like we gonna have fun, bro. This is just the beginning. This is just
Hell
the
yeah.
beginning.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to take a trip out to Houston eventually too.
Oh man, when you look, whenever you come here, I'm gonna take you to you good, bro. We going to the podcast. We gonna get a good workout. I'm telling you, it's gonna be an experience, bro. I'm telling you, like
Hell
you
yeah.
good. We gonna get it in. That's facts.
Hell yeah. I love that, man. I love that. I really appreciate that, man. It's definitely a dope ass interview. I can't wait to get this
Yeah,
out.
man. No, bro, this is dope to me too. I know I keep saying I repeat myself when I get happy. You know what I'm saying? Like this was it was organic. It was organic.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, absolutely.
it's organic. Like I feel like I've been knowing you for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
I love the conversation, man. This was dope. We'll definitely have to do another one here again.
Oh yeah, bro. It's just the beginning, man.
Mhm.
Just don't hit me with the podcast talk. We definitely have to do another one. No, and never answer my phone calls or nothing. No,
No, we got a beautiful relationship that just
yeah,
started. We still got years and years ahead
yeah.
of us.
Respect, yeah. So yeah, man. That's about it. Closing out, man. I'll just have to say, man, I appreciate you again. I want to give you your flowers. Um, just tap in, like I said, on your free time, high rocks and stuff like that. Everybody check out Barefoot J. Just type in Barefoot J, it pops up. Also I have a merch store online. We get barefoot gear. Also, too, what size you wear, man? I'm gonna send you some gear. What size you wear?
I wear
Shorty.
10 and a half.
Okay, in the shirt, t-shirt.
Oh, and the t-shirt, I'm like
Yeah.
floating between like a large XL, probably a XL.
Okay, I'm gonna send you some shirts and a dad hat and some shorts. So I'm
Hey,
gonna get
thank you. I
them
appreciate
tapped
that.
in. All right, come on, man. I gotta, what I'm saying? I gotta stand on what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely get you some of that. But yeah, if you people, y'all check out Barefoot J, check out my journey, High Rocks journey, me going pro with that. And also check out my man's Josh and Josh. But
Hey.
yeah, so that's it on my end, man. But I definitely appreciate you again, Josh.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, man. It's a genuine privilege. I'm excited for what the future has in store for us, and I
Mhm.
could tell, dude, we're gonna dominate.
Already. Thank you for putting that in the universe. See, thank you, brother. We definitely are going to dominate. You know
You're
what
welcome, man. Hell yeah. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is Josh Said What, the podcast that'll change the world. We gotta make it happen one way or another. And hey, see you in the next one.